Hello everyone, myself Dr. Shubh Arora, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, will be teaching you the subject Advertising and Brand Management. We'll be starting with the Unit 1 today, Lecture 1 of Unit 1, in which we'll be covering the introduction part of advertising. If we talk about advertising as a layman, what do we actually understand by this term? See, when we talk about advertising, we all these days see lot of ads in our daily life. We see lot of ads, especially on our mobile phones, when we go through different social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, right? So a lot of pop-up ads are shown to us, right? So what is all that? In today's digital era, the ads have also become digitalized, right? Apart from this, we can also see some offline ads through newspapers, that is the print media, right? Some magazines, some books, some pamphlets, brochures. So what exactly is the motive behind advertisement of the company, right, of the brand? The main motive behind giving this kind of advertisements is to promote the product, make the customer aware about the product, right, and making or spreading the details, spreading the product in the market as much as the company can, right? Now let's start with the very first introduction part of this advertising, in which we'll be studying about the meaning and definition of advertising. In the modern age, it is a very competitive world today, right? And every manufacturer or the brand has to compete with each other so as to survive in the market, right? So it has become very necessary for every organization, for every brand, to give advertisements or to follow the process of advertising, right? Because through advertisements, the customers become familiar with the products, become aware about the products, become familiar how to use that product, what would be the probable benefits to the consumers after using or purchasing that particular product. So all this makes doing the advertising part or giving advertisements on different platforms, whether offline or online, that makes it important, right? Now let's see what the American Marketing Association, how it has defined the term advertising. See, advertising can be defined as any paid form of non-personal presentation, and it includes the promotion of ideas, goods or services by an identified sponsor. So any identified agency or sponsor who is trying to give advertisements, it is a paid form. Whichever brand is giving the advertisements of its products or services which are being sold in the market, that particular brand is going to pay for it, pay for the advertisements which will be shown in the market, will be shown to the consumers, right? So therefore it is said that it is a paid form. And the presentation, that is whatever the consumer or whatever the general public sees in the advertisements, it is a non-personal presentation. That means nothing is for personal, right? That means it is for general public, right? So it is a non-personal presentation for promoting the goods and services which are being sold by the company, right? Next, again we'll continue with the introduction part only. You can have a look on two more definitions which are been given by Stanton, and the another one has been given by Kotler and Armstrong. Kotler is also called as the father of marketing, the Philip Kotler, right? So again they have defined as that advertisement includes the activities in which those activities present or represent or try to focus on a particular group in a non-personal way, or orally or visually, right? Because when we see ads, we can hear something, we can see something which is very eye-catchy or which attracts the attention of the viewer, right? This is what is the main motive of the advertisement, to attract the viewer. And once the viewer will be attracted, definitely the viewer can be the probable or potential customer of that particular organization. And how that person can be a potential customer, because after seeing a catchy or a crispy advertisement, that person may get tempted to buy that product, even if that customer does not requires that product, right? And when we see the definition of Kotler, the Kotler again has said that any paid form of non-personal presentation for the promotion of ideas, goods and services with the help of mass media, like different media platforms are available to give ads like newspapers, magazines, television, radio, etc. Next, let's see what do we mean by nature of advertisement. See, when we talk about nature of advertising, it means the first point it covers is attention seeker. What does this attention seeker means? They are saying that the term advertising has taken from the Latin word which means to advertire, right, which means to turn the attention. So basically when ads are given, they are made in such a way and they are projected in such a way so that whosoever views or sees those ads, it grabs the attention of those viewers, right, so that the attention can be grabbed, right? So this way advertisements are attention seeker. Second is they have a unique selling proposition. Every brand who is coming out with an advertisement of a product or service which is new in the market, or a promotion of a product or service which is already existing in the market but coming up with some new features, that ad shows that my brand or the product or service which I am going to sell it to you has something different. So the ad needs to be shown or to be made or to be projected in such a way so that it includes some USP, unique selling proposition, which will clearly define the crowd or the audience in the market, that how I am different, or how what I am selling in the market is different from my competitors, and why you should buy my product instead of the product of some other company or brand or organization, right? So it has to have some USP, that is a unique selling proposition. Third, when we talk about the third point in the nature of advertising, it says that it should have some visual attractiveness. That is, whenever a viewer or audience or a consumer will see an ad, it should be very eye catchy. It should depict or reflect the information in a very crispy way, right? So eye catchy, attractive, crispy way, so that the ads should always be made in such a way so that they cover all the important information which has to be given to the customer, but some part of the information has to be hidden. Why? Because if you provide everything in your ad, then no suspense will be left for the customer. Nothing will be left which the customer later on will be keen of coming to you and asking you, okay, what more details this product which you are selling has, right? So the ad should be attention seeker, it should have a USP, it should be visually very attractive. Next we move on to the fourth point, that is all the ads which are made should be kept in mind that the orientation of the ad should be consumer oriented, right? So why consumer oriented? Because ads are ultimately being given in the market, are shown on different digital platforms only and only for attracting consumers, grabbing the attention of consumers. So therefore the approach should be, while giving the ads, the approach should be consumer orientation, right? Why? Because when the approach will be this, then definitely that brand will be able to satisfy or achieve maximum customer satisfaction. Next we come to is, it should be it should be given by using different kinds of media, right? So they are saying that ads can be given by different platforms or different medias, like print media, which includes newspapers, magazines, right? Apart from them, some kind of audio visual platforms can also be given through which ads can be given, like audio visual platforms include films, hoardings, banners, right? So all these different medias can be used to give the ads. Right. Next topic, let's come to the evolution of advertising. Let's see how this term, this process of advertising evaluated. As you can see in the picture, different stages have been given which clearly show that in today's scenario, advertising has reached a very good advanced level. Let's see what would be the probable points which will define the evolution of advertising. So they are saying in India, advertising business was brought by two important people, two important companies, namely J. Walter Thompson and DJ Lintes, and in 1939, right? So in 1930, radio was developed. In 1950, cinema advertisement began. In 1960, ad agencies were commercialized. In 1967, radio services were commercialized, right? And in 1970, the media era came to a boom, right? And in 1977, DD, right, DD channel, which we are very aware of, became commercial. That means it was commercialized and brought, and this commercialization of DD channel brought a lot of qualitative changes in the Indian advertising industry, right? Now here what we can see is in this time there was also a requirement of expansion and diversification of certain agencies. So this expansion and diversification happened on 15th August 1982, right? And after this, television emerged, right, as a very powerful tool and medium of giving ads, right? So this was, so when did actually ads were started to be given on TV were in 1982, right? So they are saying in 1980s the main focus was on direct marketing. That is why through satellites, TVs were commercialized and ads was the companies or agencies started giving ads on TVs, that is television. Again, you can have a look here in 20th century. So basically in 1991, the overall growth in this advertising business was around 17.1%, and in 1994-95 it really had a jump and improved up to 49.5%. That means approximately it reached to 50%. Okay, now let's talk about the next topic, that is the functions of advertising. So what do we exactly mean by this heading? When we talk about this functions of advertising, here we mean that through giving ads, what exactly main functions are solved of a brand. So number one is that the target audiences are targeted and given information about a new product. Then second is the customers get the help and they get to know how to use the product. Third is if any customers in their mind have a false impression about a particular brand or thinks something wrong or has a negative approach about a brand, then that negative approach can be converted into positive by giving positive or attractive or new ads with some additional benefits of that particular product or service, right? Then so why this is required, rectifying the false impression, because the ultimate aim of any brand is to win the customer, right? That is the customer loyalty. So for making the customer loyal, it is very important to rectify the thoughts of the customers if they are going towards negativity, right, and trying to improve those points if the company is falling somewhere. Okay, fourth is informing the target audiences about any change in the price. So if any kind of changes are there in the prices of the products or services, then again ads help to convey that particular information about the changes in the prices to the customers. Then through ads what can be done, we can minimize the fears of customers about faults in a product or service. Customers, when we see ads as a customer, we after seeing an ad or while seeing an advertisement, lot of thoughts in few moments or in few seconds come to our mind. If I spend money on this particular product, or if I go to avail this particular service, will the money which I'll pay will be worth it of the product I'll get in return, or the service which I'll be given, or my money if my money gets wasted, right? So all these thoughts can be called as the fears in the minds of the customer. So when the company gives more and more ads, good ads with relevant information, with more and more benefits, right, additional features, right, at an affordable price, so those fears in the mind of customers can be minimized with these ads. Next point is convincing the customers to make a purchase decision. See, when we talk about the consumer buying behavior or the consumer purchasing pattern, it becomes very necessary for a brand to convince customer from time to time, so that a customer gets convinced and influenced by the ads given by an organization. And once the customer gets influenced, the customer will definitely come to a purchase decision. And once the customer purchases the product, definitely it will increase the sales, and increase in sales will definitely result in the increase in profits or benefits to the organization. Next function is providing details about the functioning. So through ads we can tell what all functions the products which I am selling, what all function my product performs, right. So those details can be given through the ads. Then building the brand image, right, you can always build the brand image of your company. Then altering the perceptions of the customers, right, whatever customer is thinking from time to time, given different or new ads, you can always alter the perceptions or the way of thinking the customer is having for your particular towards your particular product or service. Then you can always remind the customer about the product. That is the 10th point which I am covering, that is reminding the customers from time to time that this is what we are selling in the market. Then making the customers aware about the seasonal rules, right. So like you can, when summers are there, when summer start, you can always give the ads of the ACs, right, that is the air conditioners, right, how they work, what new models are there in the market, what new features are there, how you can save electricity if you buy that particular new model of a particular company, right. So all these features can be told, and the seasonal roles of products can be briefed to the customers through different ads, new ads, right. And the last function of advertisement is making the customers memorize the place from where the product can be purchased, and telling through ads we can also tell the destination or the available platforms through which the customer can purchase the product. So these were few functions which we had a look related to advertising, right. I hope today's lecture was beneficial for you. I hope you understood what we covered today in today's class. We just I tried to throw some light on the introduction part of the subject, advertisement and brand management, and we have discussed the nature, we have discussed the evolution of advertisement and the functions. So thank you for today. I'll be seeing you soon in my next lecture, that is lecture 2 for unit 1, in which we'll be covering the further topics. Thank you.